Nimrod of Decorah. And here is the starting lineups for tonight's game. Leading off the pitcher, Colin Nimrod. Batting second in center field, Jake Hovden. Hitting third, the shortstop, Brett LaRue. Batting fourth at first base, Jake Marlowe. Hitting fifth, the catcher, Caleb Qualley. Hitting sixth, the designated hitter, Gabe Varney. Varney will bat for the left fielder, Trevor Minks. Hitting seventh in right field, Austin Bohr. Hitting eighth at third base, Tyler Dostal. And batting ninth at second base is Andy Sinkink. Tony Rex, right-hander, comes in at 1-1 with a 1.0 ERA. Opponents hitting .255 against him. 14 innings, 14 hits, only 2 earned runs given up. 1 walk and 15 strikeouts thus far for Rex. Rex, a junior right-hander, will face Colin Nimrod to start things here in the top of the first inning. Nimrod in at .429 with 6 doubles and 8 RBI. Nimrod, the team leader in extra base hits and RBI. The first offering of the game swung on a fly ball down the right field line, and it's a fair ball into the corner. Nimrod hits first. He's coming to second, being waved to third by Coach Oelwein. Relay throw. There won't be one. Nimrod on the first pitch of the game triples to right. A runner at third and nobody out here in the first inning. So Nimrod at third, and Jake Hovden will be the batter. Hovden at 13 for 26, a 500 hitter. 3 doubles, 6 RBIs, and he is also 2 for 3 in the stolen base column this year. No score here in the first inning, but the Vikes threatening right away thanks to the leadoff triple from Colin Nimrod. And the first offering high and tight to Jake Hovden. 1 ball, no strikes. Bill Boyd calling the balls and strikes. Jack Lynch working the base pass. Here in game 1 of this doubleheader. Rex working out of the windup with the runner at third. The 1-0 delivery to Hovden. A ground ball headed towards left. Backhand stop made by Arndt. Throw to first base. Not in time. Nimrod scores. Vikes go up 1-0. So 3 pitches into the game. Decorah has the lead as Jake Hovden gets his 7th RBI of the season, knocking home Nimrod, who had a leadoff triple. Hovden at first, 1 in, nobody out, and Brett LaRue will be the batter. Brett has been off to a very hot start with the stick. He's 8 for 12, 667, and 3 RBI. Rex working out of the stretch with Hovden at first base. Runner stays put as LaRue smacks one into left field and a base hit. Hovden will put the brakes on at second base, so first and second, still nobody out here in the first inning. LaRue 9 hits and 13 at-bats since coming back from the state tennis championship. Runner at first, runner at second, 1 in, nobody out. Jake Marlowe stands in. 1-0 Decorah, top of the first inning. Marlowe at .379 with 2 RBI on the season. Fink will play in on the grass at third, even with the bag at third is Suko. Fink's in on the grass at first. Rex comes to the pause, takes a look back at second. Marlowe squares to bunt and didn't commit to it, rather taking a strike on the outside edge. No balls, 1 strike. Brennan Ryan in left. Jared Latterberg in center. Troy Rao in right for Oelwein. Evan Suko at third. Austin Arndt at short. At second base, Joan Woodward. Ethan Fink at first. Tanner Rising behind the plate. 0-1 delivery, and Marlowe bunts foul, so it's no balls and 2 strikes now. Hovden the runner at second, LaRue the runner at first. A triple by Nimrod, an RBI single by Hovden, and a LaRue single. That has been the first 3 batters to this point. A 1-0 lead for Decorah here early on. Rex gets the sign from Rising. Comes set, takes 2 looks back at second base. Now a third look at Hovden. And the 0-2 delivery to Marlowe is a roller towards second base, picked up there by Woodward. He'll go to second for the first out, throws to first for the double play. Woodward to Arndt to Fink, or 4 to 6 to 3. And there are 2 down with a runner at third now. And Caleb Qualley will try to come up with a 2-out hit for Decorah. Qualley at .267 with 4 RBI. 1-0 Decorah here in the top of the first inning. Qualley, the right-hand hitter against the right-hander Rex. Here's a ground ball towards short. Fielded on 2 hops by Arndt. A low throw is dug out well by Ethan Fink. And that's that for the first inning. But 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Decorah 1 and Oelwein coming to bat. And the Huskies will bat this way. Leading off in center field, Jared Ladeberg. Batting second in left field, Brennan Ryan. Hitting third, the catcher, Tanner Rising. Batting fourth, the pitcher, Tony Rex. Hitting fifth, the shortstop, Austin Arndt. Hitting sixth, the designated hitter, John Leo. Leo will bat for Johan Woodward, the second baseman. Hitting seventh in right field is Troy Rao. Hitting eighth at third base is Evan Suko. And batting ninth at first base is Ethan Fink. And Decorah will send Colin Nimrod to the hill here in the first game of the doubleheader. Nimrod 2-1, a 1.33 ERA. Opponents hitting only 130 against him thus far. 21 innings, 12 hits, 4 earned runs. He's given up a total of 12 runs, but only 4 of them have been earned. He's walked 8 and struck out 21 in his 21 innings to this point. He's coming off a win Friday night against Crestwood. He will face Ladeberg, Ryan, and Rising here in the bottom of the first inning. And he'll have this defense behind him. Cole Minks in left, Jake Hubden in center, Austin Bohr in right, Tyler Dostal at third. At shortstop is Brett LaRue. At second base, Andy Sinkink. At first base, Jake Marlowe. Behind the plate is Caleb Qualley, and on the hill, Colin Nimrod on the hill. Jared Ladeberg is a .238 hitter with a double and an RBI thus far. The left-hand hitter against the right-hander Nimrod to start things here in the bottom of the first inning. Nimrod delivers, and the pitch swing and a foul at the plate. It is no balls and 1 strike. Breeze blowing out directly to center field. Breeze coming out of the south. Here at the ballpark on the south edge of Oelwein. 0-1 delivery, a curveball low, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike now on Ladeberg. The Huskies won the first 2 games of their season, lost the next 5, and have won 2 in a row, including a conference game Friday night. Curveball inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. They knocked off New Hampton in game 2 of the doubleheader and got back into action last night with a victory over North Fayette Valley. 2-1 to Ladeberg. Ground ball towards the third base side of the mound. Nimrod fields and throws an easy toss over to first base, and Jake Marlowe to retire Ladeberg. 1 down here in the bottom of the first inning. 1 down, nobody on for Brennan Ryan. 1-0 Decorah, bottom of the first. Ryan at .346 with a double and 3 RBI. Right-hand hitter against the right-hander Nimrod. And Collins' first offering sails outside for 1 ball, no strikes. Nimrod's wins have been against Key High and Crestwood. His loss has been against New Hampton. The pitch swung on and missed by Ryan. It is 1 ball, 1 strike now. Oelwein playing their 10th game of the season. Decorah playing its 11th. The 1-1 swung on and missed at a curveball down and away, and it's 1-2 now on Brennan Ryan. Nimrod gets the target from Qualley in the 1-2 delivery. Chopper, third base side, charging there is Dostal. He'll pick it up. He'll throw to first base and record the putout. Tyler Dostal charged, picked it up in one motion through to first base. Wasn't a perfect throw, but an easy catch at first base, though, for Jake Marlowe. So 2 down, nobody on for Tanner Rising, and a 1-0 Decorah lead in the bottom of the first inning. Rising a .346 hitter with a double and 4 RBI. Curve catches the corner outside edge, taken for a strike, and it's 0-1 from Collin. Nimrod kicks and deals, and the 0-1 offering swung on a fly ball center field. Out first, in a little bit is Hubden. He overran it a bit and lunged back and made a one-handed snag to retire the side. So 3 up, 3 down go the Huskies here in the bottom of the first inning. We head to the top of the second. It is 1-0 Decorah. Top of the second inning, a 1-0 lead for Decorah. Varney, Bohr, and Dastel here in the top of the second inning. Vikes getting on the board in the first 3 pitches of the game. On the first pitch of the game, Nimrod tripled to right. Third pitch of the game, Jake Hovden got an infield single to get Nimrod home. And it's a 1-0 lead for Decorah. First of 5 games this week for Decorah. 2 tonight here in Oelwein, 2 tomorrow night at home against East Waterloo. We'll have Thursday night off and then are scheduled to go Friday at home against Waukon. Gabe Varney is a .276 hitter with 4 RBI on the season. The sky has turned to mostly sunny. It's a bit more cloudy than it was when we got to the ballpark about an hour ago. Still a hot, humid day and a breezy day here in Oelwein. Varney in from the left-hand side of the plate against the right-hander Rex. And Varney swings and misses at the first one. No balls and 1 strike. Decorah at 5-5 and 2-2 in the Northeast Iowa Conference to begin. The 1-0 delivery, curveball just missed inside. And it's 1-1 now on Gabe Varney. Rex steps to the rubber. Gets the pitch sign from the Oelwein dugout. Rising gets it, gives it to Rex, and now Rex kicks and deals, and the 1-1 delivery, a ground ball toward short. 2 steps to his right is Arndt, and he'll throw to first base to retire Varney. 1 down here in the second inning. So 1 down, nobody on for Austin Bohr, a 2 for 18 hitter thus far, calculating out to 111, and he has 2 RBI on the campaign. 1-0 Decorah here in the top of the second inning. And the first offering, outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Interesting thing about the mound here in Oelwein, it's probably one of the flatter mounds you'll ever see as Bohr hits a line drive right at short, and it's caught by Arndt for the second out of the inning. Hard hit ball, but Arndt had him played perfectly. And there's 2 down here in the second inning. 2 down, nobody on for Tyler Dastel at 176 with 3 RBI on the season. A 1-0 lead for Decorah here in the top of the second inning. And Dastel loops one towards first base, fielded on a hop there by Fink. He'll give an underhand toss to Rex covering the bag, and the side retired here in the second inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the second inning, and it's a 1-0 lead for Decorah. 1-0 lead for Decorah as we go to the bottom of the second. First game of a Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader tonight. Colin Nimrod was able to retire the side in order in the bottom of the first inning with 2 ground balls and a fly ball. Nimrod will face Rex, Arndt, and Leo, the middle third of the order, here in the bottom half of the second inning. Colin looking for his 3rd win on the hill this year. And he was responsible for the good start offensively, getting a triple on the first pitch of the game. Rex is a .294 hitter with 7 RBI. He'll look at the first one high from Colin. 1 ball, no strikes. Rex, a right-hand hitter against the right-hander Nimrod. Colin brings it with the 1-0 curve missing low. So it's 2 balls and no strikes to count. Start of conference play tonight. Waverly Showrock, your conference leader at 4-0. New Hampton's at 3-1. Decorah and Charles City 2-2, and Oelwein 1-1. Pitch high. It's now 3-0 on Tony Rex. Walk on 0-2, and Crestwood at 0-4. All 7 teams in the conference in action tonight. The 3-0 Rex takes all the way for a strike. It's 3-1. Crestwood at New Hampton, a doubleheader walk-on at Charles City. And Waverly Shellrock playing a non-conference game at Waterloo West. Here's ground ball to the right side. Sinking goes to his right, overruns the ball a bit, and doesn't sit down on the ball. So Rex will reach to start in the second inning. E4 allows Rex to reach. Rex will run for himself, and Austin Arndt will stand in. Arndt at 280 with a double and 5 RBI. 1-0 Decorah, bottom of the second inning. And Arndt swings at the first one, flies one towards shallow center field. Austin Bohr coming on, Hovden coming on as well, and it will land equidistant between them. And Arndt gets a bloop single to allow Rex to go to second base. It's first and second with nobody out here in the second inning. John Leo is a .360 hitter with 2 doubles and 6 RBI. Right-hand hitter against the right-hander Nimrod. First and second, nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Oelwein with their first thread. Leo bunts directly back to Nimrod. He'll go to third base. Dostal on the receiving end, and the putout recorded there. It was a hard bunt. Nimrod got right to it and threw a strike to third base, and Tyler Dostal covering the bag, so the sacrifice doesn't work. First and second, one down, and Troy Rao, the right-hand hitting right fielder, will be the batter for Oelwein. Rao is the leading hitter on the squad, as they'll look at the first one inside from Boyd. 1 ball, no strikes, or from Nimrod. Rao at .450 with 2 doubles and 7 RBI. 1-0 delivery, check swing. Did he go? Bill Boyd, the home plate umpire, says yes. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike, and it was a pretty good block by Qualley, moving to his right to get his body in front of that ball. 1 ball, 1 strike count. First and second, 1 down. The pitch, curveball just missed outside, and it is 2 balls and 1 strike on Troy Rao. A 1-0 lead for Decorah. A Jake Hovden RBI single to score Colin Nimrod in the top of the first inning. Fastball up, so now it's 3-1 on Rao. Rao, the team leader in batting average and the co-leader in RBI thus far. 3-1. Pitch swung on, fly ball, shallow left, and backpedaling and leaping and making the grab is Brett LaRue from his shortstop position for the second out of the inning. It was a blooper towards left. LaRue read it right away. Got to the outfield grass and did a slight jump to make the play for the second out of the inning. First and second, 2 down for Evan Suko. 1-0 Decorah here in the second. Suko, the right-hand hitter, takes the pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes. Suko just 1 for 15 on the season, but he does have 2 RBI. Decorah up 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Away from second, Arndt. Away from first is Leo. The 1-0 delivery swung on, a fly ball center field. In a few steps is Jake Hovden. He'll make a head-high 2-handed catch to retire the side. 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left. 2 innings complete. It is 1-0 Decorah. Top of the third inning, a 1-0 lead for Decorah. Jake Hovden RBI single to score. Colin Nimrod in the first has held up. The Huskies get 2 base runners on in the bottom of the second inning, but they do not get a runner past second base. 9-1-2 due for Decorah. Andy Sinking, Colin Nimrod, and Jake Hovden here in the third inning for Decorah. We broadcast adjacent to the Decorah dugout on the first base side over here, and these dugouts are new here at the Oelwein baseball diamond. Brick structures being built on both sides. They used to be actual dugouts, as the players would stand beneath field level and watch the game, but now there are benches that are at ground level and look out onto the playing field. Andy Sinkink looks at the first one inside from Tony Rex. 1 ball, no strikes. Sinkink at 2 for 13. A 154 average to start the season. Rex has retired 5 in a row since allowing the first 3 runners on. The pitch swung on and a foul up the first base side and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Andy Sinkink. First of a conference doubleheader here in Oelwein tonight. 1-1 delivery, fastball outside edge taken for strike 2. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Andy now. Nimrod and Hovden will follow here in the third. Decorah got a tally in the first, and they lead it 1-0. 1-2 on the pitch outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Little things mean a lot in the game of baseball. Both teams have had situations where they failed to get down a bunt, and you could argue that it cost them big time. Decorah has happened in the first inning with runners at first and second and nobody out. 2-2, rolled towards first base and past the diving Fink and into right field for a base hit. A turn at first base. Sinkink will put the brakes on there. Andy Sinkink with his 3rd hits of the season. And that's the 2nd time in 3 frames that Decorah has gotten their leadoff runner on. Runner at first, nobody out for Colin Nimrod. Nimrod tripled and scored in the first inning. Decorah leading 1-0 here in the third. Sinkink 3 strides off the bag at first, held on there by Fink. Tony Rex comes to the collarbone set and the pitch. Squaring to bunt is Nimrod. He pulls it back and it's a curveball low. And a nice stop by Rising behind the plate to prevent runner advancement. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Colin Nimrod. Getting back to that bunting situation, Decorah had an opportunity to bunt runners over in the first inning. Marlowe got behind 0-2 and then ended up hitting in a double play. Into a double play. Fastball inside to Colin, no sign of bunting there, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. And Oelwein had a first and second, nobody out situation in the second inning. Jayon Leo bunted in play, but the ball got quickly back to Colin Nimrod, and he ended up getting the lead runner at third. 2 balls, no strikes. Sinkink a lead at first. Rex comes set, the 2-0 high and tight to Nimrod on the fastball, and it's 3-0 now on Colin. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.com. Darren Swinson from Oelwein tonight. And Northeast Iowa Conference Baseball. Decorah leading Oelwein in the first game of this doubleheader, 1-0 in the top of the third inning. 3-0, Nimrod takes all the way and takes low for ball 4. So Nimrod walks, Sinkink pushed to second, and Jake Hovden will stand in. 1-0 Decorah here in the third. Hovden, an RBI infield hit back in the first inning to score Nimrod. So for the second time in 3 frames, the Vikes have gotten multiple runners on in a frame. Hovden in from the right-hand side against Rex. He squares to bunt and takes the curve outside edge for a strike, 0-1. Fink in on the grass at first, back at third is Suko. Rex in for the sign from Rising. He'll come set. A look back at second, a second look in the 0-1. Smack towards left field and a base hit. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Andy Sinkink. The relay throw will be cut off. An RBI single for Jake Hovden and a 2-0 lead for Decorah. So Jake now 2 for 2 with 2 RBI. The first 3 batters reach here in the top of the third inning, and it results in a crooked number on the board for Decorah. First and second, nobody out for Brett LaRue, who singled to left his first time up. Hovden now with 8 RBI, And that ties him with Colin Nimrod for the squad lead. First pitch, bunted foul as LaRue squared, kind of pulled back and then offered at it. And it was fouled up the first base side. No balls, 1 strike to count on LaRue. Nimrod, the runner at second, and Hovden, the runner at first. Fink in on the grass at first. Suko back at third. Rex comes to the collarbone set. 2 looks back at second. The 0-1 to LaRue is a fastball high and tight. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Brett LaRue. Signs from Coach O in the third base box. Connor Doyle is back. He's coaching first base. He's going to be helping out with baseball this summer. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Rex comes to the pause and the 1-1 delivery. Pop up, foul ball, first base side. Heading over is the first baseman Fink, and he will make the catch. Tagging at second, moving up to third is Nimrod. So it'll be first and third with 1 down. A heads-up play by Colin Nimrod. Realizing that Fink was near the first base dugout, making the catch. All of his momentum was going away from the field of play, and it would have taken perhaps a Herculean effort to get Nimrod out at third. So first and third with 1 down for Jake Marlowe, who bounced into a double play in the first. Hovden takes off. Marlowe swings and fouls 1 back to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. 2-0 lead for Decorah here in the top of the third. A pair of RBI singles for Jake Hovden. 1 scoring Nimrod in the first, the other scoring Sinkink here in the third. Rex with the pause, and he'll step off the rubber. So a new series of signs from Coach O in the third base box. Marlowe stands back into the right-hand batter's box. Rex looks in for the sign from Rising. While he's doing so, he takes a look at first base. Now he comes to the collarbone set. And the 0-1 delivery swung on and missed at a curve. It's now 0-2 on Marlowe with Qualley waiting his turn on deck. 5 hits for Decorah, 1 hit for Oelwein to this point. Each team, or rather Decorah, has the lone error of the game. Rex comes set, Hovden takes off, and the pitch is taken high. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hovden went at the set that time, and all of the momentum for Rex was moving forward, so it ends up being a stolen base for Hovden, his 3rd of the year. 1-2 with 1 down. And second and third, 1-2, swung on and missed. Marlowe down on strikes, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. That's the first strikeout for Rex, who came in averaging a strikeout per inning. And Caleb Qualley will be the batter. 2nd and third, 2 down. 3rd inning, a 2-0 lead for Decorah. Rex in for the sign from Rising, and the pitch swinging a foul. Right side, not a play. Off the light pole, directly behind us. No balls and 1 strike to count. Nimrod off of third, Hovden off of second. Rex to the pause, and the 0-1 delivery drops low to Qualley. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Vikes trying to win their 4th game in their last 5. The 1-1 delivery, fastball up to Qualley, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike now. Rex working deliberately, getting the new baseball from his catcher Rising. Walks around the mound a little bit. Now steps to the rubber. Comes to the pause and the 2-1. Ground ball left field side on a base hit. Nimrod will score. Hovden coming to the plate. There won't be a play there. A 2-out, 2 RBI single for Caleb Qualley and a 4-0 lead for Decorah. Qualley now with 6 RBI on the season as Hovden and Nimrod comes home as Decorah has scored half their runs with 2 down. And Cam Korsnes will get Qualley's courtesy at first base. Gabe Varney will look to keep the fun going for Decorah. He grounded to short in the second inning, 0 for 1. The left hand hitting Varney against the right-hander Rex. Rex comes set. A long pause in the first pitch to Gabe. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Varney, the 7th batter of the inning. As the Vikes have been able to score 4 in 2 2/3 against Rex. Rex, a young man who in 3 starts had a 1.0 ERA coming in. Quick move to first base, back to the bag, diving is Korsnes. One and 0 the count. A single tally in the first and a 3 spot here in the third for Decorah. Korsnes 3 strides off the bag at first, held on there by Fink. Rex comes set in the 1-0, swinging a foul back. It's 1-1 now on Gabe Varney. Hovden and Qualley with 2 RBI apiece in the early going of this one. Korsnes off of first. Rex brings it to the plate, and he got Varney to chase a high fastball, swinging and missing. Varney, 1 ball, 2 strikes now. One and 2 on Gabe Varney. The pause and the 1-2 delivery. Curveball just up. And now the deuce is wild on the Decorah designated hitter. 2 and 2 with 2 down. A 4-0 lead for Decorah here in the top of the third inning. Korsnes away from first. Rex comes set. He brings the 2-2, and it's a ground ball to the right side. Charging at second is Woodward. He'll pick it up and throw to first base to retire Varney and the side here in the third. But Decorah able to score 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Bottom of the third inning we go. It is a Decorah lead of 4-0. 4-0 lead for Decorah. Vikings with 6 hits, Huskies with 1. Decorah with the lone error to this point. Bottom of the third inning, we look at the schedule for the rest of the week. Tomorrow night we'll have a baseball, softball doubleheader. We'll do game 1 of the baseball doubleheader against Steve's Waterloo, and then do conference softball between Decorah and Waverly Shellrock. Our coverage beginning right around 5:30 on AM 1240 KDEC and at KDECradio.com. We'll have Thursday night off, and then Friday night more baseball as Decorah will take on Walk-On. We'll get that going right around 7:30. Complete list of the games that are available at our website, KDECradio.com. Ethan Fink looks the first one outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Fink, a .238 hitter with 2 RBI. He's the number 9 hitter in the Husky lineup, and the pitch swung on and missed at a breaking ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Callan has kept the pitches to a minimum with only 24 through 2 innings. Next offering, curveball missing low. Two balls and 1 strike on Ethan Fink. Nimrod ready in the 2-1 swing and a foul over the Husky third base dugout. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Fink. Clouds winning their peekaboo battle with the sun for the moment. Again, the wind starting to pick up and blowing straight out, and a fastball well outside all the way back to the screen. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Ethan Fink. Top of the order, and Jared Latteberg on deck. Decorah with 1 in the first, 3 in the third, and they lead it by a 4-0 margin. The pitch swung on, popped up, left field. LaRue out, Minks coming in, and it lands in between them. It ends up being an I got it, you get it situation, and Latteberg, or rather Fink, will get a single.
Number 16, the center fielder, Jared Latteberg.
Second hit for Oelwein, but that one a bit of a gift. And the Huskies will have a pinch runner at first base here in the third. That will be Nick Stacy. Runner at first and nobody out, and Jared Latteberg will be the batter. The left-hand hitting leadoff hitter grounded back to the pitcher to start the bottom of the first inning. 4-0 lead for Decorah here in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Latteberg, outside edge taken for strike 1. And it's no balls and 1 strike on Latteberg. Nimrod gets the sign from Qualley, comes set. No go from the runner, and the pitch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Latteberg. Huskies getting their leadoff runner on for the second consecutive inning. The 1-1 delivery, smack towards second, past Sinkink and into right field for a base hit. Rounding second, going to third is Stacy. Relay throw from Andy Sinkink is late, and now runners at first. The runner between first and second heads to second, and diving to the bag is Latteberg safely. So second and third with nobody out here in the third inning. Latteberg moves up on the throw to third. He'll get credit for a single. And that's good baseball by Latteberg. He realized nobody was sitting at second base. Sinkink had a ways to go to get the throw from Colin Nimrod as the pitch swung and fouled at the plate by Brennan Ryan. No balls and 1 strike. Ryan grounded to third in the first, 0 for 1. 4-0 lead for Decorah here in the bottom of the third inning, but the Huskies threatening for the second consecutive frame. Nimrod ready, 0-1 offering. Sails high for 1 ball, 1 strike. Dostal and Marlowe in front of the bag at first and third respectively. Middle infielders playing back for Decorah. 1-1 the count, and a curveball catches the outside corner, taken for strike 2 by the right-hand hitting Brennan, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Collin kicks and deals in the 1-2. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Collin gets his first strikeout, and 1 down here in the third inning. Stacy third, Latteberg second. 1 down, third inning, 4-0 Decorah. Tanner Rising flew out to center his first time up. That was in the bottom of the first inning. Collin delivers, and the pitch outside corner taken for strike 1. It's no balls, 1 strike on Tanner Rising. Stacy away from third, Latteberg away from second. The 0-1 delivery, fastball swung on, fouled back to the screen behind home plate, and it's 0-2 now on Rising. Oh, 2 curveball got away from Qualley, but no go from the runners. 1-2 the count on Tanner Rising. Now Colin will go out of the windup in the second and third one-out situation. Colin kicks and deals on the 1-2, swung on a fly ball towards right center field. It'll land for a base hit. Stacy will score. Lattenberg coming to the plate. There won't be a play there. A 2-run single for Rising, and the lead cut in half. Rising with RBIs 5 and 6 on the season. Huskies get on the board here in the third inning, and Tony Rex will be the batter. He reached on an error to start the second. 0 for 1 officially. So the Huskies now with 4 hits. Decorah now with 6. And the first pitch to Rex. Curveball outside edge taken for strike 1. It is no balls and 1 strike. Move to first base. Back to the bag. Diving is Rising. Pitch, swing, and a foul back to the screen, so Nimrod ahead of his fellow pitcher Tony Rex. No balls and 2 strikes. 4, 6, and 1 for Decorah. 2, 4, and 0 for Oelwein. Rising with the short lead at first base. 0-2 delivery. Check swing. Did he go? Asking for an appeal to the base umpire Jack Lynch. He says no. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Rex. 1-2, ground ball up the middle, and it gets between Sinkink and LaRue and out into center field for a base hit. Rex with the seeing eye single. First and second with 1 down, and Austin Arndt will be the batter. So after giving up 1 hit in the first 2 innings, Nimrod has given up a hit to 4 of the 5 hitters he has faced here in the third, but in all fairness, one of them should have been caught. Colin to the pause, and the pitch to Arndt is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Arndt got a single to right his first time up. A rarity in high school baseball. You got the catcher and the pitcher on at the same time running for themselves. 1-0 delivery at the letters, taken for a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. One, ground ball towards third. Dostal will tag the runner out at third and get the lead runner retired for the second out of the frame. Rising was coming towards third and tried to make an elusive move around Tyler Dostal, but Tyler didn't let him do it. It's a fielder's choice, 5 unassisted. Rex at second. Arndt at first with 2 down for John Leo, who takes a curve on the inside edge for a strike. 0-1. 4-2, Decorah, bottom of the third. Leo tried to bunt 2 runners up, but ended up hitting into a fielder's choice in the second. Ground ball up the middle. Diving attempt by LaRue, unsuccessful, and out into center field. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Rex. Throw to the plate is to the first base side on 1 hop. A 2-out RBI single for Leo, and it's a 4-3 lead for Decorah. It was a good effort by Hubden, who came in charging. The throw was just a bit off, and now Coach Olenzak will head out to the mound to talk to Colin Nimrod. The infield and the battery will be part of the conversation as the tying run now at second for the Huskies with 2 down. Troy Rao will become the 8th batter of the inning. A 3 spot here in the third for Oelwein after Decorah gets 1 in the first and a 3 spot in the top half of this frame. Huskies with 5 hits in the inning, so the hits are now even at 6. and Decorah has committed the lone error. Inning started with a bloop single that should have been caught. First and second, 2 down. Troy Rao, the batter. He popped a short his first time up. Was robbed of a bloop single by a nice defensive play in the second by Brett LaRue. A bluff sends Arndt back diving to the bag at second. Arndt the runner at second, Leo at first. First offering swung on and a fly ball towards deep right center field. Retreating is Jake Upton. That ball ends up over his head. Arndt will score. Leo gets to third on the play. It's an RBI double with 2 outs for Troy Rao. And we've got ourselves a 4-4 ball game. We mentioned it's pretty breezy. You just don't see Jake Upton miss a ball like that. I know Jake is the last one that wants an excuse, but that wind must be playing tricks with a lot of people. An RBI double for Rao will send Suko to the plate, the 9th batter of the inning. He'll look at the first pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Suko flew out to center in the second, 0 for 1. 4-4 game now here in the third. 1-0 delivery outside from Nimrod, and it's 2 balls and no strikes now. Two 2-0 with 2 down, as the Huskies have tied the game at 4. Pitch high to Suko. It's 3 balls and no strikes. I'd have to imagine if John Leo would have been going hard the whole way, it'd be a 5-4 ball game as the pitch goes low from Nimrod as Suko draws the walk. And the man who started the inning, Ethan Fink, will come to the plate for the second time in the frame. Cowan comes up and asks for a new baseball from home plate umpire Bill Boyd, who obliges the request. Ethan Fink got a bloop single in the third inning. It became an I got it, you get it situation between LaRue and Minks out in shallow left. Nimrod's first offering a curve for a strike. It's 0-1. Four runs on 6 hits in the inning. This is technically a re-entry for Fink as he was run for earlier this frame. Ground ball towards second and Andy Sinkick. He'll pick it up and throw on to first base, and a long bottom of the third comes to a close. 4 runs for Oelwein on 6 hits. No errors and 3 runners left on base. We head to the 4th inning, and we are tied at 4. 4-4 game as we go to the 4th inning. Glad you're with us from Oelwein tonight. First game of a Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader. Austin Bohr will start things here in the 4th inning. He lined out to short in the second, 0 for 1. Vikes with 1 in the first and 3 in the third as Bohr hammers one deep to left field. Looking up is Ryan, and that ball is 2 hops and against the fence. Bohr will stand at second with a leadoff double. First extra base hit in the varsity career for Austin Bohr, who hammered one to left field over the head of Ryan. And the Vikes get a leadoff double, and it's the 3rd time in 4 frames Decorah has gotten their leadoff runner on. The 2 other times have been their run-scoring innings in the first and the third. Sinking squares to bunt, does so third base side, bobbled a bit by the pitcher, Rao, and everyone's going to be safe. Woodward was late covering the bag at first, so a mental mistake for Oelwein puts runners at first and third as Dostal gets the bunt single. And Brennan Hogan will run for Tyler Dostal at first base now. Vikes going with a pinch runner there. course, tongue-in-cheek, I'd say, hey, Tyler just got a bunt single. He shut off the wheels. And I can pick on him because I like the kid. Well, you might need an oxygen tank in the first base dugout. First and third, nobody out. Andy Sinkink got a single and scored a run in the third inning. The first pitch low and inside on the breaking ball from Rex. It's 1 ball, no strikes. So this is the third time in 4 frames that the first 2 hitters of an inning have reached for Decorah. 4-4 game in the fourth. First and third, nobody out for the Vikings. Rex out of the stretch. Runners stay put. Pitch ground ball up the middle. Fielded out short by Arndt. Goes to Woodward for 1 out. The second out not recorded as it's a low throw as Fink couldn't hang on to it. It ends up being an RBI fielder's choice. First RBI of the season for Sinkink. Bohr scores on the play. Hogan erased from the base pass. 1 down and now a 5-4 lead for Decorah. And Colin Nimrod will bat for the third time in 4 frames. Nimrod tripled and scored in the first, walked and scored in the third. The first pitch to Colin is high. 1 ball, no strikes. Colin coming in with a .590 on-base percentage, just what you want out of your leadoff man. Sinkink a lead at first base. Rex comes set, and the 1-0 delivery, and time was called. So no pitch there. Colin asked for time. Bill Boyd granted it just before Rex went into his motion. Rex completed the motion nonetheless. 1 ball and no strikes with 1 down. The pause and the 1-0. Colin hits ground ball to short and Arndt. He bobbles it momentarily. He'll only have 1 play. Throw to first base. Pulls Fink off the bag. On E6 puts runners at first and second with 1 down here in the 4th inning. A 5-4 lead for Decorah, and Jay Covden is 2 for 2. He's had RBI singles in both the first and the third inning. He stole the base and scored a run as well in the third. Decorah leads at 5-4. They went ahead on the Sinkink RBI fielder's choice a moment ago. The error by Arndt, the first of the night for the Huskies, as Hovden takes one high and tight on an off-speed offering. 1 ball, no strikes. So we've had ourselves a little bit of a wild one in game 1 of this doubleheader. And we're only in the top of the 4th. Already an hour old. 1 ball, no strikes with 1 down. The pause by Rex and the 1-0 swung on and missed. Got Hovden out in front on an off-speed offering. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Sinkink away from second. And Nimrod away from first. The pause by Rex and the 1-1. Swinging a foul back to the screen off the bat of Hovden. It's now 1-2 on Jake. Decorah has scored in every frame except the second to this point. The Huskies getting their 4 runs in the bottom of the third. Sinkink away from second. Nimrod away from first. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Rex with the collarbone set, and the 1-2 delivery swung on a fly ball into left field. Ryan is under it, moves over a few steps to his left, and makes a chin-high 2-handed catch in medium to deep left for the second out of the inning. So 2 down, runners at first and second for Brett LaRue. LaRue singled to left in the first and fouled to first in the third. LaRue 9 hits and 14 at-bats. In his 5 games back since returning as a state tennis champion. Rex comes set in the first offering to LaRue is low outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Rex with the pause, the 1-0. Swinging a pop-up foul, first base side and out of play. One ball, one strike, the count on LaRue. Rex comes set. Another look at second. The 1-1 ground ball slowly hit towards second base. Woodward on the charge. Will throw to first base, and the throw pulls Fink off the bag, and that will load the bases. LaRue reaches on the second error of the inning for the Huskies, and Jake Marlowe will get a chance. Marlowe grounded into a double play in the first, struck out swinging in the third. He's 0 for 2. There's 2 down, and the bases loaded here in the fourth inning of a 5-4 Decorah lead. Rex in for the sign from Rising, and the first offering outside corner taken for strike one. So Decorah sent 7 to the plate in the third inning. Marlowe, the 7th batter that has come to the plate here in the fourth inning. Oh, 1 delivery. Swinging a foul at the plate, so Marlowe now trails in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Sinkink third, Nimrod second, LaRue first. Rex ready, and the 0-2 offering is a fastball up for 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sinkink away from third, Nimrod away from second, LaRue away from first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rex delivers and the pitch towards left field and a base hit. Sinkink will score. Nimrod coming to the plate. He will score a 2-out, 2-run single for Jake Marlowe and a 7-4 lead for Decorah. Marlowe with RBI, 3 and 4 on the season. A couple of unearned runs, but they count on the board as the Vikes with a 3 spot here in the fourth inning. And now 4 of their 7 runs have come with 2 out. And Caleb Qualley will look to keep the fun going. First and second with 2 down. Qualley grounded to short in the first inning and had a 2-out, 2-run single in the third. Rex laboring here in the fourth inning as the pitch outside corner taken for a strike. It's 0-1. LaRue away from second and Marlowe away from first. Rex steps to the rubber, comes to the pause in the 0-1. Dropped in there for a strike at the knees on a breaking ball, and it's 0-2. So Qualley now trailing in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. LaRue off of second and Marlowe off of first. A 7-4 lead for Decorah here in the top of the fourth inning. Rex ready in the 0-2 delivery, ground ball to short and Arndt. He'll pick it up, he'll throw to first base. High throw snagged there by Fink, and the inning comes to a close. 3 runs on 3 hits, helped out by 2 Husky errors and 2 runners left. We're halfway home in game 1 of this doubleheader. Decorah leads Oelwein 7-4. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Wild one here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Decorah with 7 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error to this point. Oelwein with 4 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. Oelwein sent 10 to the plate in the third inning and scored 4 on 6 hits. It'll be the top of the order due for the Huskies here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Jared Laddeberg batting for the 3rd time in 4 frames. Laddeberg grounded back to Nimrod in the first and singled and scored in the third. Nimrod's given up 7 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. He has walked 1 and has struck out 1. Slowly hit for a ball to the first baseman, Marlowe. Marlowe will take 2 steps in front of him and tag the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out here in inning number 4. So Latterberg retired on the first pitch of the frame, and Brennan Ryan will stand in. He grounded to third in the first, struck out swinging in the third. A 7-4 lead for Decorah. 3 spots in the third and the fourth after a single tally in the first. Swing and a miss at a curve. 0-1 on Ryan. The Huskies with a 4 spot in the bottom of the third inning. Nimrod ready in the 0-1 offering. Swung on a ground ball towards third. To his left is Dostal. He'll throw on to first base. Nice stretch by Marlowe to record the putout. So Ryan now 0 for 3. Tyler Dostal with the assist on the putout. And 3 pitches have retired the first 2 batters here in the fourth. The batter, Tanner Rising, flew out to center in the first and had a 2-run single in the third. A 7-4 lead for Decorah here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Rising squares to bunt, and a curve is taken low, and it got by Qualley all the way back to the screen. 1 ball, no strikes. Collin had a 1-2-3 inning in the first inning. He faced 10 batters in the third and 5 batters in the second inning. The 1-0 delivery low, 2 balls, no strikes. So Collin could definitely use a quick frame. 2-0 at the knees and for a strike. Good placement outside edge. To the right hand hitting Rising. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 swing and a foul third base side out of play. Into the Husky patrons on the third base side. So the deuce is wild now on the Husky catcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Tanner Rising. The 2-2 delivery, fastball, and excuse me, swinging a foul ball up the first base side. So we'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Collin kicks and deals. The 2-2 delivery. Barely missed the outside edge. It's now 3-2. Oohs and ahs from the Decorah Partisans. And it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, fastball swung on, fly ball left field. Retreating is Cole Minks. He lunges back. He can't get there. It's against the fence. Standing at second with a double will be Tanner Rising. Rising with his second double of the season. And it will continue the inning for Tony Rex. Rex reached on an error in the second inning and singled and scored in the third. 7-4 lead for Decorah. We play the bottom half of the fourth inning. Collin comes set. First offering, swinging a foul. Right side and out of play. No balls, 1 strike in the pitcher against pitcher matchup. So we're not even 4 innings complete, and we've had a total of 17 hits in this game. 9 for Decorah and 8 for Oelwein. 0-1 delivery, swung on a ground ball to the third base side of the mound. Nimrod will pick it up and a soft toss over to Marlowe at first to retire the side. 1 hit, 1 left, 4 innings done. It's 7-4 Decorah. Tony Ricks back to the hill for Oelwein. He has given up 7 runs. 5 of them have been earned on 9 hits thus far. He has walked 1. And he has struck out 1. Rex coming into tonight's game in his 3 starts. He had lost 1 of them, but had a 1.0 ERA and was averaging a strikeout per inning. So the Viking offense has done better than Rex has given up to this point. Of course, with the small sample size, it's tough to judge, but nonetheless, it'll be Varney, Bohr, and Dastel here in the third inning for Decorah. A 7-4 lead. For the Vikings as we go to the top of the fifth inning. Varney is 0 for 2 with a couple of ground ball outs to short in the second, to second in the third. The left-hand hitter against the right-hander Rex. Rex has thrown 61 pitches to this point as Varney swings the first one and fouls it third base side and out of play. No balls, one strike. Got to behave myself. Paula Oelwein's now here. I won't judge her by the company she's keeping tonight. No balls, one strike. The 0-1 delivery is a fastball up, 1 ball, 1 strike. 9 hits for Decorah and 8 hits for Oelwein. Oelwein with 2 errors and Decorah with 1. The 1-1 delivery, fastball up, 2 balls, 1 strike. Vikings have scored in every frame with the exception of a Rex 1-2-3 pitching inning in the second. Varney, the only Viking not to reach base safely yet tonight. The 2-1 delivery swung on, smack towards second, and by Woodward, and into right field for a base hit. It gets by the right fielder, Rao, and all the way to the fence. Varney hits second. He's coming to third. Relay throw to third base, and he is going to be out.
Relay by the Huskies retires Varney.
There's a little bit of a discussion going on between Coach O and Bill Boyd right now as Varney gets a single. A fielding error gets him to second base, but a nice relay between Rao, Woodward, or Rao, Arndt, and Suko erases the runner. 9-6-5 on the putout, 1 down here in the fifth inning. So now all 9 hitters in the Decorah lineup have reached base safely as Austin Bohr, who swung it well tonight, will stand in. He hammers one towards left center field and a base hit. So Bohr now 2 for 3, having previously lined out in the second inning and doubled and scored in the fourth. And Tyler Dostal will be the batter. Dostal grounded to first in the second and got a bunt single in the fourth inning, as Woodward was late covering the bag in a sacrifice situation. First pitch to Dostal, looper towards shallow right field, and that is going to be caught backpedaling by Woodward. Bohr was heading towards second base, and it ends up being a double play as Woodward turned around and threw to the first base bag, and that's that in the fifth inning. What a weird inning. 2 hits, 1 error, nobody left. 3 batters come to the plate. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It's a 7-4 lead for Decorah. 7-4 lead for Decorah as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Baseball is one of the most awesome games out there, if not the most awesome game. I don't think in my years, which is about 1/10 of the number of baseball games Coach O has seen, but if that, I don't think I've ever seen an inning where there was 2 hits, 1 error, no runs scored, and 3 batters come to the plate. You never know what you're going to see at the ballpark as Austin Arndt will start things here in the fifth. He'll look at the first one outside from Colin Nimrod. 1 ball, no strikes. Nimrod's given up 8 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. He's walked 1 and he struck out 1, and he throws his 71st pitch, and it is low. 2 balls, no strikes, and Coach O will pay him a visit. It'll allow us to recap the scoring the first inning. First pitch of the game, Nimrod got a triple to right. And then Jake Hovden got an RBI single to make it 1-0. Vikes would add 3 to the total in the third inning. An RBI single by Hovden and a two-run single by Qualley to make it 4-0. Huskies would get 4 in the bottom of the third. The Vikes would come back with 3 in the top of the fourth. An RBI fielder's choice by Sinkink and a two-run single by Marlowe. 2-0, fastball for a strike. It's 2-1 now on Arndt, who singled to right in the second and reached out a fielder's choice and scored in the third. 7-4 lead for Decorah here in the fifth inning as Arndt chases a curve and fouls it back to the screen. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. And we're only in game 1 of this doubleheader. 2-2 delivery, fastball up. It's now 3 balls, 2 strikes to count on Austin Arndt. Leading things off here in the fifth inning, 3-2 delivery, ground ball towards the left side. LaRue will field deep in the hole, and the throw to first base is offline. And Arndt will reach on an infield hit. It would have been a above-average play had LaRue been able to make it. That's the 9th hit for Oelwein. A runner at first and nobody out for John Leo. Into a fielder's choice in the second inning and had an RBI single in the third. Huskies get their leadoff runner on for the third time in 5 frames. Short lead at first base by Arndt. Curveball from Collin goes low. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Moved to first base as Arndt took his lead before Nimrod was on the rubber. And Arndt dives back to the bag after the move over to first. 1-0 delivery. Pitch taken low. 2 balls, no strikes. Collin hasn't had the A-plus command tonight, but his offense has helped him out a ton. And he's been able to battle pretty well. 2-0 delivery. Curve for a strike, inside edge. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Husky designated hitter. 8 of the 9 hitters in the Husky lineup have reached base safely. 2-1. Fastball just missed. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. (3-1). Swing and a foul back. Collin got away with one that time. That curve was about chest high, and Leo a bit frustrated that he didn't knock it into next week. (3-2). Curveball low for ball 4. It got away from Qualley momentarily. Arndt will make it to second. And the first 2 batters on here in the fifth inning, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate with Troy Rao. Rao popped to short in the second and got a wind-aided RBI double in the third inning. And a pinch runner for Leo at first base, Kyle Wodraska. Troy Rao will be the batter, first and second, nobody out. Second walk of the game a moment ago by Nimrod. First pitch outside edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Arndt's away from second. Wodraska away from first. A curve for a strike, and it's 0-2 now on Troy Rao. Nothing in 2 the count. 0-2 delivery, curveball outside. Qualley with a nice backhand stop to prevent runner advancement. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Troy Rao. Nimrod will look back at second in the 1-2 delivery. Curveball grounded up the middle, and it takes a nasty hop on Sinkink and out into center field for a base hit. Arndt will score Going to third on the play will be Wodraska, and it's a 7-5 lead. Sinkink was there to make the play right near the bag. It hit something, took a nasty hop over his head. And now it's a 7-5 ball game, and the tying run on base for Decorah. Or for Oelwein, I should say. Wodraska, the runner at third. Rao, the runner at first. Evan Suko will be the batter. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Nimrod comes set. Tries to fake the third, fake the first move, but Huskies were waiting for it. Nimrod comes set, and the first offering ground ball towards third. Bobbled there by Dostal. A run will score, and everyone will be safe. Second error of the night for Decorah on the E5. Wodraska scores, and now the tying run in scoring position with still nobody out here in the fifth inning. 7-6 lead for Decorah. Ethan Fink is 1 for 2, singled. His pinch runner scored in the third. He also ended the third by grounding out to second. The pitch a strike, 0-1.
Number 5, Ethan Fink.
0-1 delivery. Fink squares to bunt, and the pitch taken high on a fastball up from Cowan.
You're going the wrong place. He's coming up. You're over here. Alvin will get up the middle in the third. Here we go. Come on now.
1-1 the count. Arlo a step behind the bag at first. Dostal even with the bag at third. Here's a bunt up the first base side. Nimrod will tag the runner out. So Fink gets the sacrifice completed, one unassisted. Rao to third, Suko to second. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second for the top of the order in Jared Latteberg. Latteberg 1 for 3. Grounded to the pitcher in the first inning, singled and scored in the third, grounded to first base in the fourth. So Nimrod will work out of the windup with one out here in the fifth. Latteberg takes the first pitch inside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Come on,
1-0. Low inside. It is 2 balls and no strikes to count now. 10 hits now for Oelwein. 2-0. Swung on Emmer towards right field. Diving attempt is caught by Bohr. Heading to the plate is Rao. He will score on the sacrifice fly.
touch the bag, and he's doubled up. He's doubled up. He never.
2 down. And Jack Lynch is going to say they dropped the ball. And an underhand toss to first base will officially record the out now. And 9-4-3 will be the recording of the out by Latteberg. And now Bill Boyd and Jack Lynch will get together, and they're going to say that there will be a catch in right field. The batter was out now, Jack Lynch says. And Sinkink should tag the batter out at second base. And Sinkink does tag the batter out. This is just a confusing situation. There was a catch out in right field, and the runner at first base did not tag up. Now the umpires are getting together. Coach Gerhardt over, Coach Owensack over. Frankly, Jack missed the call. That's first of all. And that created the entire confusion. Most people in the crowd could realize it was a sacrifice fly by Latterberg. I'm going to try to explain that if I can. And it ends up being a runner at second and 2 down, and the batter will be Brennan Ryan, who takes a curveball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Latterberg hit a fly ball to right. Austin Bohr made the catch. Tagging at third and scoring was Rao to make it 7-7. The argument Decorah had, and I think it's a valid one, as a curveball goes outside, 2 balls, no strikes. After deliberation, they ruled that initially it was no catch out in right field as Brennan Ryan swings and misses at the offering from Nimrod to make it 1 ball, 2 strikes on the board. With 2 down here in the inning as the pitch swung on, popped up, first base side out of play. So we'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes, or 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ryan. And I don't blame the base runner for what he did. He went by Jack's original call out there at second base. But if they ruled that a catch, that should have been a double play at first base and no run scored. The 1-2 delivery outside corner, strike 3 called. And that's that here in the 5th inning. But 3-run score on 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left. Man, this is an odd ball game tonight. We're only in game 1. Decorah 7 and Oelwein 7. Well, top of the 6th inning we go. Odd ball game here in game number 1. 7-7 the score. And Andy Sinkink will start things here in the 6th against Tony Rex. Sinkink singled to right and scored in the 3rd. Hit into a force play, knocked in a run, and scored himself in the 4th. He swings at the first one, flies one into right field. Rao is under it, and he will make the catch for the first out here in the 6th inning. 1 pitch, 1 out, and the batter is Colin Nimrod, who's been on base all 3 times tonight. This is Vikings Radio 1240, KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.com. Darren Swenson from Oelwein tonight, 7-7 the score. Decorah and Oelwein in a wild one here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Nimrod's been on base all 3 times. He looks at the first pitch high, 1 ball, no strikes. Nimrod tripled and scored in the 1st, walked and scored in the 3rd, reached on an error and scored in the 4th. Decorah has scored 4 of their 7 runs with 2 outs. The 1-0 delivery, swinging a foul back. And it is 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Nimrod. One and 1 the count. The pitch low. 2 balls and 1 strike. The fly out to right by Sinkink, only the 2nd time that Rex has retired a leadoff batter to start a frame. Two balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Ground ball towards 3rd, and it's foul. Just to the left of the bag up the 3rd base side. And it is 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Two and 2 on Colin Nimrod. Two and 2 with 1 out. The pitch swinging a foul back to the screen, so we'll do it again at 2 and 2. So Nimrod continuing to battle here in the top of the 6th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Rex ready in the 2-2 delivery, ground ball left side, and hops over Suko at 3rd and into left field for a base hit for Nimrod. So Colin has reached base all 4 times. Go ahead run at first for Decorah. Jake Hovden the batter. RBI single in the first, RBI single, and a run scored in the third. He flew out to left in the fourth inning. Rex with the pause. Nimrod stays put in the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Fielded by Arndt. Goes to Woodward for the first out at second. Second out not recorded as Woodward's throw to first in the dirt and late. So there is 2 down here in the 6th inning. Hovden at first, 2 down, and LaRue will be the batter. LaRue singled to left in the 1st inning, fouled to first in the 3rd, and reached on an error in the 4th. LaRue asked for time as Rex comes to the set position, and Rex will step off. 7-7 game here in the 6th. Huskies will have 3, 4, and 5 doing their order in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Hovden with a lead at first base. Rex comes set. And a move to first base, back to the bag diving, was Hovden. Hovden was leaning a bit, but he got back on the dive as the throw was a little short of where Hovden dove back into the bag to. No count yet on LaRue, who is 1 for 3, been on base twice. Rex checks out the lead of Hovden, now comes set. Fastball outside edge for a strike. It is no balls and 1 strike on Brett LaRue. Rex comes set. And a move to first base, Hovden back to the bag diving. Nothing and won the count with 2 down. Decorah with 12 hits here in game 1 of the doubleheader. 0-1 delivery, hammered up the middle and through for a base hit. Hovden gets a stop sign at second. So first and second with 2 down for Jake Marlowe. 7-7 game here in the 6th. Marlowe hit into a double play in the 1st inning, struck out swinging in the 3rd, and got a 2-run single to left in the 4th. And now Coach Gerhard out to talk to the infield and battery for Oelwein. Hovden will be the runner at second, and the runner at first is LaRue. Again, Decorah got a run in the 1st inning, RBI single by Hovden. They got 3 more in the 3rd inning. RBI single by Hovden, 2-out RBI single by Qualley. Oelwein with 4 in the 3rd inning. A 2-run single by Rising, an RBI single by Leo, and an RBI double by Rao. Decorah got 3 back in the 4th inning. RBI fielder's choice by Sinking, 2-run single by Marlowe. And the Huskies able to score 3 runs in the 5th inning. And a wild frame as Marlowe hits one well out to right center field, and that one will land for a base hit. Hovden will score. LaRue gets a stop sign at 3rd on a long single by Marlowe. Another 2-out hit for Jacob Marlowe and an 8-7 lead for Decorah. So Marlowe now 2 for 4, and he has 3 RBI, all coming with 2 outs. And Cam Korsnes will run for Marlowe at first. And Caleb Qualley, who had a 2-out, 2-run single back in the 3rd inning, will be the batter. Qualley grounded to short in the 1st, a 2-run single in the 3rd, grounded to short again in the 4th. Decorah leads at 8-7. We play the top half of the 6th inning. The pitch, breaking ball outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Vikes now with 14 hits here in game number 1. Rex has gone the distance to this point for Oelwein. Runners lead from their respective bases, and the pitch swung on and fouled at the plate as Korsness was going on the play. It's 1-0, or rather 1-1 on Quali. LaRue off of third. Korsness off of first. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Rex comes set. 1-1 delivery. Curveball catches the outside edge for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 with 2 down. Vikes have gotten the go-ahead run on the RBI single by Marlowe a moment ago. The pause and the 1-2 delivery. Quali hits a slow roller towards third, fielded there by Suko. He'll throw to first base, and the throw goes wild. LaRue will score. Korsness being waved to the plate. He will score without a play. Quali will move to third, and the Vikes take a 10-7 lead. A 3-base throwing error scores 2 here in the 6th. For Decorah as the Husky defense commits its 4th error of the night. A 10-7 lead for Decorah. And Gabe Varney will look to keep the fun going. Varney grounded to short in the 2nd, grounded to 2nd in the 3rd, and singled to right, and was thrown out trying to reach 3rd to lead off the 6th. Varney swings the first one and fouls it away. No balls and 1 strike. So a 3 spot here in the 6th inning. 3s have been the magic number for Decorah. 3 spots in the 3rd, the 4th, and the 6th. With Quali at 3rd. And an 0-1 count on Varney. He'll foul the next one away. 3rd base side and out of play. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Again, the Huskies will have 3, 4, and 5. Due in the bottom of the 6th inning. 0-2. Ground ball, first base side, fielded there by Fink. It goes under his glove. Everyone's going to be safe. Quali will score. It's 11-7 Decorah. Huskies unable to make the routine play once again. And it's a 4 spot here in the 6th for the Vikings. 5 errors for Oelwein. 8 of the 11 runs for Decorah have come with 2 outs, and Austin Bohr will be the batter. Bohr swings at the first one, pops one up on the infield. Woodward at second base calls and catches, and that's that here in the 6th inning. But the Vikes able to score 4 on 3 hits. There were 2 Husky errors and 1 runner left. Wild one, and we're only in game 1. It's Decorah after 5.5 leading 11-7. An 11-7 lead for Decorah as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Timely hitting is something that the Vikes have struggled with to this point in the season. Decorah maybe hasn't gotten that hard hit ball with 2 outs, but they're putting the ball in play. And 8 of the 11 runs Decorah has scored have come with 2 outs, with a little help that they've been given by some porous Husky defense. Tanner Rising starts things here in the bottom of the 6th inning, 11-7 Decorah. Vikes with 14 hits, and the Huskies with 10. Rising bunts third base side. Nimrod bare hands, throws to first base, throw too tall. Rising will stay put at first base. He would have had a single anyway. And Rising is now 3 of 4. And Tony Rex will be the batter. And I think the Huskies will keep Rising on the base pass here. Rex reached on an error in the second inning, singled and scored in the third, and grounded back to the pitcher in the fourth. Rex swings at the first one and fouls it back to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. Still only in game number 1. Been a crazy one here in the first game of this doubleheader. 0-1 delivery, curveball inside for 1 ball, 1 strike. The count on Tony Rex. Austin Arndt will be the on-deck hitter. Pitch outside. 2-1 as Callan has now hit triple digits in the pitch column. The pitch count column. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. 2-1 delivery, swinging a foul back. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes on Tony Rex. Two-two. Fastball grounded up the middle. LaRue goes with the underhand toss to Sinkick at second for 1. And Sinkick's throw to first in time for a rack-em-up 6-4-3 double play. So 2 down and nobody on. And the batter will be Austin Arndt. Arndt singled to right in the second, hit into a fielder's choice and scored in the third, singled and scored in the fifth. Pitch, a strike from Collin, no balls and 1 strike. Nimrod ready, 0-1 offering, curveball chopped right in front of the plate. Nimrod will field, give an underhand toss to Marlowe, and that will be that in the 6th inning. 1 hit, nobody left. We head to the 7th inning. Decorah leads it by 11-7 margin. Top of the 7th inning we go. We're still in game 1 of this doubleheader. Tony Rex still out there for the Huskies. The number 1 positive of this game for Decorah, 8 of the 11 runs have come with 2 outs. Timely hitting has been something that has eluded this team for the most part through the first 10 games of the season. Tyler Dostal will be the batter. He'll be followed by Andy Sinkink and Colin Nimrod here in the 7th inning. Rex first offering to Dostal, fisted, first base side, fielded there on 2 hops by Rex, gives an underhand toss to Fink to retire Dostal, who is now 1 for 4, 1 down here in the 7th inning. Looking at the in-game box score, Colin Nimrod 2 for 3 officially, been on base all 4 times, scored 3 runs and walked. Also has a triple. Jake Hovden 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Brett LaRue 2 for 4, been on base 3 times and scored once. Sinking looks at the first one low, 1 ball, no strikes. Jake Marlowe 2 for 4, 3 RBI, all coming with 2 outs. He's also scored a run. Caleb Qualley 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Those have been 2 out, 2 RBIs. Pitch goes high. It's 2 balls, no strikes on Sinking. Gabe Varney 1 for 4. Austin Bohr 2 for 4 with a double and a run scored. Tyler Dostal 1 for 4. Pitch a strike to Sinkink, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Sinkink 1 for 3, single to right and scored in the third. Knocked in a run with a fielder's choice in the fourth and flew out to right in the 6th. 2-1 from Rex, inside corner for a strike, and it's now 2-2. Two and two, the count from Rex. The pitch, fastball up. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rex about ready to throw his 93rd pitch of the game. He's gone the distance here in game number 1. The pitch swing and a pop-up first base side, and that one is going to land foul and out of play. Come out from under the table there, Josh. I'll protect you. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count on Sinkink. With Colin Nimrod in the top of the order on deck. Decorah, 1 in the first, 3 in the third, 3 in the fourth, 4 in the sixth. Huskies with 4 in the third and 3 in the fifth. Swinging a foul back. So Sinkink will make Rex throw him at least 8 pitches in this at-bat. Rex kicks and deals, and another 3-2 is hit well towards left center field. Latterberg got a good jump on it. He makes a 2-handed chest high catch in medium to deep left center for the second out of the 7th inning. So 2 down and nobody on for Colin Nimrod. He tripled and scored in the first, walked and scored in the third, reached on an error and scored in the fourth, and singled to left in the sixth. Rex delivers. First offering swung on, a little number foul. And Colin has to shake off the cobwebs as he'll get the sting out. It'll be a no ball, 1 strike count. The Huskies will have hitters 6, 7, and 8 due in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Leo, Rao, and Suko. Rex brings the 0-1. Ground ball foul, first base side. So it's no balls and 2 strikes now on Nimrod. Three RBI for Marlowe, 2 for Hovden, 2 for Qualley on the night. And Nimrod has been on base all 4 times he's been up. The 0-2 delivery, fastball up, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Five earned runs given up by Rex. All 7 have been earned, or correction, 6 of the 7 have been earned against Nimrod. 1-2 delivery, swinging a foul, right side and out of play. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes yet on Colin Nimrod. $14 hits for Decorah. 11 hits for Oelwein here in game number 1. And the pitch inside corner, strike 3 called. Only for the second time in tonight's game, Decorah goes down in order. 3 up, 3 down. Vikes will look to close it out next. They lead it 11-7. 11-7 Decorah as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Vikes trying to win their 4th game in their last 5. Colin Nimrod's given up 11 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. He has walked 1 and he has struck out 2. John Leo will bat to lead things off here in the 7th inning. Colin has thrown 105 pitches. Leo into a forced play in the 2nd inning, singled to knock in a run in the 3rd, walked and scored in the 5th. All of the Huskies' runs have come in either the 3rd or the 5th inning. Leo swings the first one, grounds one towards 3rd. Dostal to his left, picks it up, throws on the run, and retires Leo. 1 down here in the 7th inning. 1 down, nobody on for Troy Rao. 11-7 Decorah. Rao 2 for 3. Popped to short in the 2nd. RBI double in the 3rd and RBI single in the 5th. He also scored a run. Look at the in-game box score for the Huskies. Pitch, a strike, nothing in 1. Latterberg 1 for 3. Sacrifice fly, RBI and a run scored. Brennan Ryan 0 for 4. Tanner Rising 3 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. Ground ball first base side. Marlowe will field and give Nimrod an underhand toss for the second out of the inning. So 2 down and nobody on. Tony Rex 1 for 4 with a run scored. Austin Arndt 2 for 4 with 2 run scores. John Leo 1 for 3, a walk and an RBI. Troy Rao now 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a double. Suko 0 for 2 with a walk, and Fink 1 for 2. And the aforementioned Suko swings the first one, grounds one third base side. Picked up there by Nimrod. He'll throw off the bag to Marlowe, but some nice footwork from Jake allows him to tag the bag just in time to beat Suko, and that's a Viking victory. A wild one here in game number 1. Decorah wins it 11-7. 11 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors, and 5 left for Decorah. 7 runs, 11 hits, 5 errors for Oelwein, and 7 left. The winning pitcher, Colin Nimrod, he goes to 3-1. The losing pitcher, Tony Rex, goes to 1-2. So the Vikings are now 6-5 overall, 3-2 in conference play. Oelwein is 4-6 overall, and 1-2 in conference play. We'll have game 2 of the doubleheader here in about 20 to 30 minutes on AM 1240 KDEC and at KDECradio.com.